Hello guys and welcome to an extremely belated 10,000 subscriber Q&A. Hit 10,000 subscribers a couple of months ago now, so sorry it's taken so long, but yeah, here we go. Alexander Melton asks, would you ever consider getting coaching badges and coaching at non-league level? And yeah, definitely, I think it'd be a really fun thing to do. Coaching, grassroots level probably, I've not got the footballing knowledge to coach at a high level, but to try and help young kids in the future maybe get into football, that'd be a pretty fun thing to do. But anyway, let's actually switch this Q&A up a bit. You'll see what I mean. Let's go. Crikey, it's bright out here. Lewis Scott asks, given how easily teams transition between them, how big do you think the gap is between League 2 and the National League? And the answer, I don't think it's a very big gap at all. Because there's only 2 promotion spots from the National League and only 2 relegation spots from the Football League, because of that, a lot of teams that really should be relegated from the Football League don't get relegated, and teams that should be promoted from non-league don't get promoted. So that means that there's a massive amount of quality in the National League. Teams investing heavily in the National League trying to get up because it's so much more difficult to get promoted from the National League than it is from, for example, League 2, where there's 4 promotion spots. This video has been sponsored by OneFootball, and this app is great for going and finding out loads of information about all different leagues across the world. For example, if you wanted to find out about a team in the National League, let's take a random example of Dagenham and Redbridge. You could go and look at all of their previous games, you could look at their form, you could look at different stats about that team. You can turn the notifications on so that you get notifications through your phone whenever anything's happening with that team, be that a match taking place, a goal being scored, anything like that. But yeah, it just comes in really handy on a match day if you're trying to keep up to date with multiple different games. You can also then go and look at the league table. You can do all sorts of different things. Loads of different features in the app. As well as going onto the news section for that team, you can look at their entire Twitter feed, which just keeps everything into a tidy place. I use it quite a lot, so yeah, I would recommend it. And if you want to download it, then the link to download it is in the top line of the description. This is my current seat as of the last sort of 18 months, right at the end of the press bench. My Lim asks, how often do you go to a football match? So I go to whatever home and away matches Harriers first team have, 42 league matches a season, and then however many cup games. And down to the training ground on a Wednesday afternoon to cover academy matches on Twitter and also take loads of photos. So here we are in the North Stand Terrace, and this is where pretty much the atmosphere comes from at matches here at Aggborough. That leads me into this question, which Berry FC Lad 61 asks, in your opinion, what do you think are the key components that make up a proper non-league club and atmosphere? So for me, I think what makes a good atmosphere is where there's a real positivity around the club, everyone's together, everyone's pulling together, and just in general there's a real togetherness, everyone's really sort of coming together, and it's a really nice warm atmosphere, everyone's friendly. And yeah, I think that just on a match day, if you're there having a good time, it's no different to a Football League atmosphere, but non-league, there is something really special, something warm about it. Nice to be back in my old seat. And this is the viewpoint from where you guys that have been subscribed to the channel for a long time, when I used to do Harriers matchday vlogs before I started working here, this is where I sat, this is where my season ticket was. And that leads me to this question. Kian Olner asks, happiest and saddest moment as a kiddie fan. My happiest moment was when we went up to Sunderland in 2014. Stadium alive, 4,000 Harriers fans there. It was absolutely unbelievable atmosphere, and that was a real proud moment to be a Harriers fan. My saddest moment, probably missing out in the playoffs 2 years in a row. The last 2 years, it's been, we've done really well throughout the season, but to miss out in the playoffs 2 years in a row, it is really, really disappointing and really sad to happen. This is the Aggborough Suite. It's where all the hospitality guests come on a match day. Also different events happening through the week. Obviously it's not set up right now. There's also a pretty decent view out to the pitch. So D-Jam asks, what is your favourite moment at a live football match? And then also your favourite moment watching football on TV. So my favourite moment at a live football match happened just at Aggborough back in 2011. We were 2-0 down, it was right at the end of the season, we were 2-0 down at home to Newport, and then Nick Wright came off the bench and scored a hat-trick in the last 5 minutes. It was absolutely crazy, it kept alive our hopes of getting into the playoffs. And there's just a moment in football that I look back on as one that really sticks out, that is the one. It was absolutely phenomenal. And my favourite moment on TV, Daniel Sturridge scoring against Wales, Euro 2016. I wasn't actually watching the World Cup semi-final against Croatia. I was actually in London that day. Didn't actually watch the match live on TV. I was basically in Covent Garden at the time, and then I just heard when Trippier's goal went in. Everyone around me, like all the different pubs and bars and whatever, everyone was just going absolutely mad. So I was running to try and find a screen to watch it on, but I never actually watched it live. I only ever saw it on Twitter afterwards. And that's why Sturridge's goal is, for me, the best one that I've seen on TV. This is the away changing room. It was quite echoey in here. I didn't realise how echoey it was. But anyway, Sniper Lou Raptor asks, are there any Football League clubs that you keep an eye on or follow? Not particularly. I've been to Birmingham City a few times. Not really a supporter, but that's probably the closest team that you put in that category for me. Mr. Rovers Polls asked, what more ambitions do you have career-wise? Well, to make this my permanency. To be in like football media would be absolutely awesome, to make a career out of that long term. To be potentially with a team in the Premier League or Championship long term, providing media coverage for them would be absolutely awesome. To potentially make a living out of YouTube would be an absolute dream as well. But will that be a realistic aim? Not too sure, but we can try. Dylan Innes Davis asks, do you have a subscriber goal for the end of 2019? Not sure. Obviously I've said that subscriber goal for the end of the season is 15,000. End of 2019, who knows, maybe 20,000. You know, I just want to see how far we can get this channel. So if you're new around here, you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go down below and click subscribe just down there.
What's your dream holiday?
Well, I think my dream holiday would be somewhere like Iceland. I've always wanted to go to Iceland. It's a pretty cool place. Well, it's very cold as well, but you know. This is the Harriers media office. It's where all the media magic happens. This question, Dale Jude asks, when did you start supporting Harriers and when did you start going home away? So I started supporting them right at the end of the 2008-2009 season, quite a long time ago now. Came through the last 3 games of that season, and then after that I became a season ticket holder, and I have done ever since until the start of the 17-18 season, when I was going to go off to university but ended up not doing that because I ended up coming and working for the club. And I've been here for about 18 months. This is my desk, nothing really special, but it does the job. John Stewart asks, how many non-league grounds have you visited? And the answer to that, I think, is 36. And that's going to be 37 later today. You'll see why. This is now ground 37 because we're now on the same day that I've recorded the rest of this video, but we're now actually up at Spennymoor. Long way, about 200 miles away. I've got a match. Anyway, let's answer another question. Cookie Crumbles asks, what Aggborough are doing with free season tickets? Do you think a lot of clubs should join into the action of having free tickets available to fans in part purchase for an adult to get the next generation join the non-league scene? Yeah, 100%. I think it's important to have low ticket prices or free entry for kids, because they are the future supporters of each individual non-league club, because you've got to have a young fan base. They're the ones that are going to make the most noise at the matches. They're the ones that for the rest of their lives, if they're going to choose a team, they're going to stick to them. If you can get them to stick to your team. So for Aggborough making it part of an adult season ticket to have a free kids season ticket, that's a brilliant thing to see. But anyway, there you have it. That is it for this video. Didn't think I'd start this video at home and end it in Spennymoor, but you know, it's a weird world that we live in, and that's what's happened. So if you like this video, remember to hit that like button and click subscribe as well if you're new. And yeah, hope to see you in this video, and thanks for watching.